So I wanted to make this video just talking about all the products and things that I've used to help clear up my acne and my breakouts and stuff. So I'm just going to talk about those, and then there are also a few prescriptions that I want to talk about because, I don't know, I just like being open about everything, and so I feel I don't see why I would like withhold that information because, you know what, yeah, some people need to take medicine for certain things. I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So yes. This is not like a skincare routine or whatever, because I tried to do that at first and it was way too long and it was pointless. So I'm just showing you guys the products that specifically target acne and breakouts. So this first item is a off-brand of the product Panoxyl. I got recommended this from my dermatologist. She recommended to use Panoxyl, but that was like more expensive and this was like the cheaper alternative, so I got this one because your girl's balling on a budget. I hate that I just did that. Anyways, I got this, and this is just basically a benzoyl peroxide face wash, and I use this at night in the shower because I shower at night. And this just helps to clear acne blemishes and like, yeah, that's basically what benzoyl peroxide does. And it also helps with blackheads if you struggle with that, because I definitely do. So yes, good. This next face wash is from Trader Joe's, and this is just a plain tea tree face wash. I can't talk. A plain tea tree face wash. So this is just a plain tea tree face wash. There we go. And you can see it's kind of like yellowy. Kind of looks like pee. That's kind of gross. Ew. Anyways, this is a good cleanser for acne specifically because tea tree is antibacterial, and so it helps fight, you know, the bacteria that causes acne and breakouts. The last face wash I have looks kind of sketch, but it works really well. So this is African black soap. I know it looks kind of gross, I'm sure, but I bought this in like a huge chunk. And when I say a huge chunk, I literally, wow, I cannot put the lid back on. I'm struggling. When I say it came in like a huge chunk, I literally mean like a huge chunk on Amazon. And it was a pretty decent price. It was probably like $10 maybe. I can't remember exactly. I'll try to link everything down below. But I got that off of Amazon because I read that it was really good for oily skin and acne prone, which I have both of. I have oily combo and acne prone skin. And so I started using it about 8 months ago maybe, and it definitely helped my skin, and it leaves my skin feeling very like squeaky clean, and I love that feeling. I don't know about you guys, I know everyone prefers different things, but I love that. But the one thing that is bad about that, this soap, African black soap, is it can be very irritating and it can dry out your skin. So if it's your first time using it, you probably want to use it maybe 2 or 3 times a week because, you know, to build up your skin's like, I don't know, so it doesn't irritate your skin basically. And another thing that's important for this is you do not want to put it directly on your face. You want to either put it on a washcloth or just like rub it in between your hands and build up a lather and then put it on your face, because it's just like too harsh if you put it directly on your skin. I don't really know if this one is specifically for acne, but I think toners in general are good for getting a deeper clean after you use your face wash. So the first one I use is just this plain Thayer's Witch Hazel, and it's in the scent lavender. I just like using the lavender one just because that's what I prefer. But this is just like a very basic toner, Witch Hazel. The other one I like is called Time Out, and it's a little play on words because it's time, like, yeah, you get it. And it's good for all of these things, which is really awesome, but I use this on my face, and I actually mix these two on a cotton round when I tone my skin, and it works really well. This kind of comes out in a yellow color, but it's supposed to, so, you know, that might be a bit weird to some people, but it works really well. It does kind of smell a bit funky, but you get used to it after a while, so yeah, and it really does work well for acne. So one other thing that I like to do after I cleanse and tone my skin is I like to use moisturizing sprays. So I typically just use a plain rose water spray, And then I also like to use this afterwards. This probably looks really weird too, but this is just a mixture of water, just filtered water. You probably want to use either filtered, bottled, some sort of water, not tap water, because sometimes tap water has some nasty stuff in it. So you just use some water and mix it with a couple of drops of tea tree oil. You should typically get like organic tea tree oil because that's just, you know, the best. And you only want to do like maybe 3 drops, because if you put too much, it'll be too irritating on the skin, because tea tree oil is a pretty intense oil. But once again, like I said before, tea tree is good for antibacterial and helps prevent any acne from, you know, popping up. So yeah, I just, you know, just literally, you can take it and just like do a few little spritz and then oh, all fresh. And then you can also use this like on your pillow or whatever before you go to bed, and it kind of helps kill those bad germs too. I actually saw this idea from Tati in a video she made like several years ago, and so I took this idea from her. So, you know, works really well. One thing that does come along with acne that people, I feel like, don't talk about a lot is the dryness, because when you're using a bunch of like acne products to dry out the oils to prevent acne, it can cause your skin to dry out. It can cause dry flakes and stuff. And so to combat that, and also to help prevent scarring, these are a few products that I like to use. So the first one is just this plain aloe vera gel, and it's all organic and stuff. It's not the kind that you would get from the supermarket for like sunburns or whatever. I got this on Amazon, and I just put a few drops of this on my face, and this is good for moisturizing, and it's good for acne and preventing scarring. So yay. This is what I specifically use when I notice that I'm having a bit of scarring, and this kind of helps speed up the healing process. This is called Bio Oil. I'm sure everyone's heard about this. Pregnant women use this a lot to prevent stretch marks. It does like lots of cool stuff. Okay, now I'm on to like the acne treatment stuff. So this is stuff that you can use when you have a pimple or you have active acne. And so the first thing is this Glossier Zit Stick. They just came out with this a little while ago, and I've only used it like a month maybe at most when I would have a zit, and I don't know necessarily if it's like, you know, if it's super effective or whatever, because like I said, I haven't used it a long time. But that's also why I'm showing you all of this, because when you're trying to deal with something like acne and you're using a bunch of stuff, it's kind of hard to pinpoint which thing was helping. So I'm just showing you it all, and you know, you can do with that information what you want. So on this, it has a little thing that you twist at the bottom, and then it comes out of 4 little holes at the top. Then you would just take it and rub it on your skin, and it would soak in. And this is just a mixture of benzoyl peroxide and other acne treatment of some sort. If you don't want to get something like that, you could always just get like a benzoyl peroxide cream from the drugstore, because that's also a good thing for acne and blackheads. So this is another item I got from Amazon. I don't know about you guys, but I've heard about these. I've heard people rave about them, and I just kind of thought they were like overrated. I was like, those probably don't do anything, but y'all, these work so well. Like, I'm not even kidding. I didn't expect them to work this well. These are little acne patches, and they come in 2 different sizes, a small size and then a bigger size for, I guess, the size your zit is. And this, and basically you just literally put it on top of your zit. I use these and I sleep with these on. I haven't worn them during the day before, but they work super well. And so the cool thing is, you know, if you wear one to bed and then you wake up, you can like see that like it worked. Hey guys, quick filming from my iPhone. I forgot one item, and it was definitely one of my favorites, so I wanted to come and tell you guys about it real quick before I forgot again. So this is an item from the brand Derma E, and it is a tea tree and vitamin E antiseptic cream. And I've used quite a bit of this. I don't know if you can tell, but I would compare this to the Kiva cream that I've talked about before. I got this at Whole Foods and it was a decent price, and the cool thing about this is Derma-E is a organic brand, and they are also cruelty-free, GMO-free, gluten-free, and soy-free, and recyclable. So that's really cool. And so this can be used for all sorts of stuff, but this is also good for blemishes, especially because of the tea tree oil in it, which I've said it before about many of the other products, because tea tree is good for antibacterial stuff. So the way you can use this is either put it directly onto a pimple, or you can just put it all over your face to prevent pimples and kind of help clear up your skin and stuff. I mean, it's up to you. And the other cool thing about this is it says it works well under makeup. So this is a really awesome product, and it has worked really well for me. So yeah. Okay, now back to the regularly filmed video. Antibiotic cream. You could use this or Neosporin, it doesn't really matter. I just use this one. I personally like cream rather than like the greasy kind. But I just use this if I pop a zit, because we've all done it even though we're not supposed to. We all do it because it's really satisfying. But if you have a zit that you've popped or whatever, sometimes just putting this on top of it just kind of helps speed up that healing process. So that's just something that's really good for that. So these last three are the prescriptions. So you won't be able to get these unless you go to a doctor. And the thing about prescriptions is what works for someone might not work for someone else. That's the same with skincare. So I initially tried taking oral antibiotics, and I couldn't really see a difference with those, and they just made my stomach so upset all the time, so I eventually had to stop taking them anyways. And then my dermatologist instead gave me this, and it's clindamycin topical lotion, and this is just basically the same thing. It's an antibiotic, but you just put it on your skin instead of taking it orally. So I use this 2 times a day, every day, in the morning and at night, and this, from what she told me, I use 2 things topical, and this one is good for the bigger pimples and the bigger acne, if it's like a cystic, if you're having cystic acne or whatever it is, this targets the bigger issues. And then the other thing I use helps target the smaller ones, whiteheads and blackheads. So this is that Retin-A Micro, and this also helps with wrinkles and stuff too, I believe. I don't know, but yeah, and this just comes in a little pump, and what I do is I squeeze it out on my hand, 1 or 2 pumps, and then I mix it with moisturizer and put it on my skin. I only use this at night because, I don't know, I just think that's when you're supposed to use it. That's just what my dermatologist recommended to do, was to mix it with moisturizer, so that's what I do. I don't know if you know anything about Retin-A's or retinols, but they can dry out your skin a lot, so you don't want to do them every day, and you want to do them only at night. So I use that one 3 times a week. This is not a topical thing that you can use, and this is, once again, another prescription, but I did not get this for my skin. So I got birth control, but I got prescribed birth control for my endometriosis. It just so happened to help clear up my skin as well. And I definitely think this is the one thing that overall has helped me, because I used all that stuff. I used all sorts of acne stuff when I was off birth control, and none of it really helped until I got put back on, and then that's when I noticed the huge change. So if I had to kind of choose one thing that helped the most, it would probably be the birth control, if I'm just being honest. I don't know, I just wanted to make a video about this because I've watched several videos, and heard recommendations from other people, what works for other people and stuff, and I just find it helpful, and so I just wanted to make a video because, maybe I can help someone else out there. When my acne got really bad, it definitely affected my self-esteem big time, because yeah, I would get breakouts sometimes, but this was literally not necessarily my whole face, but it was definitely more prevalent than what I had before, and it was definitely more noticeable. And so it made me not want to go out, it made me not want to do things, because I was so self-conscious of the way I looked. And also, I just wanted to say that you know, for anyone out there who is struggling with acne, that there are ways that you can get rid of it and handle and manage it. And even if that's going to a doctor and getting medicine, that's okay, because sometimes we have to take medicine. But yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe you guys found some new products to try out, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more if you have not already. That was the cheesiest thing I've done, but that's okay. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until my next one, bye!